All right, let's keep things rolling here with Unit 10, Section 6. Again, we're talking surface area and volume, but this time it's all about spheres. So a sphere is the set of all points in three-dimensional space that are equidistant from a fixed point. So it doesn't matter which direction you go from the center. You can go left, right, up, down. You can go diagonally. You can go forward, backward, whatever you get. It's all the same distance. They're all the same fixed distance from the center. So to find the surface area of a sphere, now this is pretty straightforward. To find the surface area, you take 4 times pi r squared. So all you need to know is your radius. To find the volume, you take 4/3 pi r cubed. So again, all you need to know is your radius. So with spheres, if you know your radius, you're in great shape. If you're given your diameter, just cut it in half, and now you're in great shape. So here we go. Calculate the surface area and the volume. Holy cow, we're going to have to do both. That sounds like a pain. Just kidding. That won't be too bad because I know my radius. It's the only thing I need to know. So here we go. Surface area equals 4 pi r squared. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. Let's copy it down here so we don't have to keep going back up in case you forgot. So surface area equals 4 pi times 8 squared. Surface area equals 4 pi times 64, because 8 squared is 64. And then if you want, you can take 64 times 4, and our surface area is 256 pi inches squared. Or again, anytime, like I said, you deal with pi, just take 3.14 times your number in front. We get something around 804.25 inches squared. So either answer is acceptable. Now let's move on to the volume. So volume equals 4/3 pi times 8 cubed. Now these can get pretty big pretty quick, but 8 cubed is 512. So 4/3 pi times 512. Let's see if that will divide out nicely. It will not. So this one you might just want to use a decimal for, because if you take 4/3 times 512, you get 682.67 pi, which is not nice to begin with, inches cubed. So in this case, I would probably prefer you just to take 682.67 times 3.14, because we already have a decimal number in front. It doesn't really look that nice to have a decimal and pi. But if you take 682.67 times pi, you get 2,144.66 inches cubed. So that would be my preferred one. But you can see here, if you know your radius, pretty straightforward. All right, let's see if we can work one backwards here, because finding volume surface area, pretty easy. So it says a sphere has a surface area, it's a key there, surface area of 63.6 centimeters squared. Calculate the length of the diameter. So the formula again for surface area is 4 pi r squared. So anytime you have a problem like this, fill in the information that you know. Starting with, I like to work left to right. Do I know the surface area? Yes. It tells me right here that it is 63.6 equals 4 is a number, pi is a number, 3.1415, whatever. And then the last thing is, do I know my radius? I do not, so let's keep it as r squared. Once you do this, all you need to do is solve for your variable and then see if you can answer the question. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4 pi, because that's just a number. So it cancels out the pi's, cancels out the 4's. Divide this side. And I'm actually going to have to divide here because it's not going to cancel out like the other side. But, I should get about 5.061. That equals r squared. Now I need to take the square root on both sides, which leaves me with 2.25. That's my radius. And now remember, this is rounded. I should probably not round that much, actually. Let's not round yet. So 2.2497. If I take the square root, now that would be my radius. That's the distance from here to the edge. They're asking for the diameter, so if I just multiply that by 2, I will get my diameter. So if you multiply this by 2, you get 4.499 centimeters. And that's how you could just work one problem backwards. And that goes the same for any situation we've talked about so far. Just fill in your missing information, solve for the variable that's left, and you are done.